Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Avowed with me, BringItDon. Let's return to Fior Ivèrno and speak to Vidaro. Or not. So I either never noticed that we couldn't fast travel from Naku Tedek, though I'm pretty sure that I had before, or the current main quest is blocking fast travel, which I think is more likely the case. Also, it looks like I finally fixed the blurry line issue I've had for, what, 10 episodes? Ray tracing had somehow turned itself back on.
I hope everyone is alright. My people settled these lands in the name of freedom. It took 50 years, but our oppressors caught up to us. I hate living in interesting times.
Hey, me too.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Again and again they strike.
So back to ray tracing. I usually turn it off in every game that I play, because there's almost always some sort of drawback to it. Oh goodness. Real quick. Some sort of performance issues or artifacts, you know, something wrong with it. And I just don't think the juice is ever worth the squeeze. Oh, also, I was thinking about it. So our companions have different colored symbols to the left of the screen there. And they seem tied to the character. So blue for Kai, obviously because he's blue. He's an Amoa. He's tied to the ocean. Marius is green, tied to nature. He's a ranger. And tracker. I'm surprised Giada's isn't purple. For being an animancer. We always associate animancy and essence with the color purple.
Did quite well under the circumstances.
Adam.
So I wonder if we didn't stop the still growth earlier.
Boy, we captured a prisoner and he's all yours.
There's the city. Thank goodness. It's good to see home again. If only for a moment.
Envoy,
If instead of the still growth, those would all be rangers.
I see you avoided the carnage. A few of your countrymen, well, let's say they didn't know any better.
You may have beaten us today, but it's only a matter of time before Emerald Stair bends the knee.
Shut up already. Since the two of you are kin, I thought maybe you could help squeeze some information out of him.
The still growth report to Inquisitor Ludwig, not a deer.
Good point. I'll just bring the masked warlord who answers to no one in for questioning. That isn't going to happen. We caught this one alive, so any justice we mete out will be on his head. What we know is this. The Steel Garrote marched on Emerald Stair. We're pretty sure they wanted to set us to the torch.
And you taught them the error of their ways. Well done.
Just doing my job, same as you. What I don't understand is why they came unprepared. Few soldiers, and even fewer supplies. If the Steel Garrote wanted to start a fire, they sure didn't pack a lot of firepower.
That was my doing. I killed their reinforcements at a hidden camp.
That was you?
Well, that's one question down. I'm sure the governor will want to thank you himself. As for our friend here...
It doesn't matter what you do to me. The living lands will be brought to heel.
Now listen, I am a patient man. But if you don't give us some answers, the envoy here is going to rip you in half.
Yeah, lie. Straight down the middle. Isn't that right?
I'm not looking forward to cleaning up the mess. So you can help me by telling us what we want to know.
Your threats are wasted, cur. I have nothing to hide. Inquisitor Ludwig gave the order to march on Fior Ivèrno.
So I figured. Tell me why.
Emerald Stairs on the precipice of disaster. Crops have failed, the townsfolk are defiant, and it's only gotten worse.
I fail to see how attacking my city helps the situation.
The coast is the only habitable corner in the living lands. We can unite as one people, or let the wilderness take us. What choice do we have? Tradition led this place to its doom. Better that it burn, and the people start again.
That is, without a doubt, the worst justification for a war crime that I have ever heard.
Speaking from experience, people don't usually unite as one after you've attacked their home.
Ludwig tried to hasten the inevitable. Nothing more.
Ah, now that is what I call a thorough confession. What do you want to do with him? As an adherent, I trust you know how to handle it by the book.
Yeah, turn to your companions. What would you do?
Violence is the language of the Steel Garrote. Nothing less will get through to them.
I say throw back the little ones if they're not in a position to do more harm. Besides, he's probably more scared of what'll happen if you don't kill him.
Your call, Envoy.
Yeah, I like Kai's suggestion more. Obviously, Giada's more biased in this situation. Send him back to the embassy in chains. This behavior is unacceptable.
I will see to it myself. Too bad the road to Paradise is in bad shape. Our wagon might hit a bump or two.
As much as I want to rip his soul apart, maybe he's more useful to us alive.
But you can't send me back to Ludwig. Don't you know what she does to people who fail her?
I can't wait to find out. See you around, Envoy. Thanks again.
A fate worse than death, perhaps. But fate nonetheless.
Good call. He's Ludwig's problem. Not worth getting your hands dirty.
The attack failed. But we won't forget what happened here.
The Burned Queen is watching you.
Oh, I don't care. She's watched me before. She's a bit of a voyeur. I've stuck it to her every time. I mean, she failed once already. That's why she's the Burned Queen. Mogren saw to that.
Envoy, I owe you my gratitude, and perhaps an apology. They tell me you're the reason our city is standing. You took care of the Steel Garrote before they could cause any serious damage.
Yeah, something about that hidden encampment rubbed me the wrong way.
You listened to your instincts, and they were right. No doubt your Inquisitor is aware of what happened here. You've made a powerful enemy.
I can deal with the Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor is not one to be trifled with. I hope you are not punished for your generosity. As for us, we're still standing, but our enemies have little patience for failure.
We agree on one thing. The Steel Garrote have declared war on the living lands.
Inquisitor Ludwig did threaten to break the frontier.
That sort of thinking is precisely why my father fled the Valian republics.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradise. Today marks a notable victory, but we've only bought ourselves time, not salvation. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms, it was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was falling apart on my watch. And I wasn't strong enough to bear it.
You feel these people as a leader.
As Giada was eager to remind me. You must understand. My mother is the Dream Scourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover, but her mind grew as blighted as her lands. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Giada.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness, but I will do everything in my power to make this right. Whatever you have to say, I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah, this is Giada's work, so go ahead, Giada. Tell them everything.
You want me to do the talking? Very well. The evidence is clear. The Living Lands is on the edge of an ecological disaster, both physically and spiritually. We may know the origin of the Dream Scourge. By following it back to the source, perhaps we can reverse the damage. Now for the bad news. An undiscovered god rests in the heart of this island. Until we know more about its nature, we are powerless to stop it.
But this is madness. When I said I was ready for the truth, I didn't mean... Quilici, tell him it's madness.
Envoy, is it true?
I'm Sapadal's godlike. We find them. We find the Dream Scourge.
You truly think you can find a god? I said I'd keep an open mind, but this is a bit much.
First the Dream Scourge, then the Steel Garrote, and now, what does this god of yours want us to do? Pray?
This is no time for a theological discussion. Our survival hangs on a knife's edge. We can't remain in Emerald Stair.
But we can return someday. Rebuild your father's legacy. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradise.
Paradise is under Adairan control.
Exactly. As long as we are Animancers, the Adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn, we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Giada, what do you recommend?
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradise is more secure, but it would mean living under Adairan rule. I don't like our options, but that shouldn't stop us from committing to one.
Kai, what do you recommend?
Thirdborn's full of hardy types. Lots of former soldiers and mercenaries. A rough bunch, but good to have at your back. It's also farther from the Steel Garrote's base of operations. That's where I'd make my stand.
Taking people to Thirdborn. Plus, Paradise is already overrun with refugees. It'd be hard for them to get in. They probably wouldn't even let the Animancers in anyway. Study and help however you can.
We'll be proud to lend our strength to theirs, as Animancers and as fellow expatriates.
I have my misgivings, but you helped my father leave the Republics. I trust you to help us again. What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Do either of you know about a place called the Garden? Yatsley there is gonna know.
Oh, I do.
Yatsley? Don't tell me you are getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akitan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Naku Tedek, which is in Shatterscarp, so we've got to get there now. Though the city was saved, my research wasn't, which means the Steel Garrote knows just as much as we do. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too.
That's what you just said.
Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman.
Alright, Naku Tedek. Naku Tedek is an ancient godless ruin located in Shatterscarp. Rumored to be the largest intact ruin in the region, Naku Tedek is steeped in mystery and superstition. Shatterscarp is a wild desert on the southern coast of the Living Lands and home to the city of Thirdborn. Settlers in the region are mostly immigrants from Rawatai, stubborn survivalists determined to eke out a living as a community. And Temerity is the no-nonsense and much beleaguered current leader of Thirdborn. Once Yatsley joins us, we'll have more scholars and fighters.
You'll need both to survive the Living Lands, but at least you won't be lacking in good judgment.
Don't speak too soon.
I can promise you a good brain, but it doesn't always come with good judgment. For what it's worth, I vouch for Yatsley. She's a good friend and a bad influence. Right now, we could use both.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp. It's guarded by some of our best rangers. I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the gods protect you, Envoy.
Exploring the Living Lands with a friend. What more could I ask for?
Back to Shatterscarp, then.
Giada, thank goodness you're all right. We fought back the Steel Garrote, but I fear all we hurt was their pride. They'll come after us again.
At least now we can prepare. You faced oppression before and lived to tell of it.
Yes, but this flavor of oppression is different than it was in ages past. It has an urgency that frightens me.
I'll give the Steel Garrote something to fear.
We'll show them that actions have consequences.
You give me hope for the future, Envoy. Thank you.
Are you going to be all right?
Thirdborn will be a good home for our people. Anywhere is safer than Emerald Stair.
Yes, but it's you I'm worried about.
I won't lie to you, Giada. War is a young man's game, and this attack has rattled me to my core. I hope that I live long enough to see peace return to the Living Lands. That is all.
There will be peace again. Somehow.
Hope never dies when there is belief.
Then I have hope, Envoy.
Don't be a stranger. I'm still your apprentice after all.
Oh, I beg to differ. You have taken your education places I cannot follow. Be well, Giada. Thirdborn is a dependable community. They'll be good for us. What can I do for you?
It's clear to me now. There is a threat in the Living Lands. But it is far greater than the Dream Scourge. You came to us for help, but you repaid it tenfold. I don't know how to repay you for thwarting the attack.
You can start by ending Giada's exile.
What? You'd do this for me? Really?
If I extended the offer, Would you come back to us?
I don't know. Not until my business with the envoy is concluded. And some things would have to change around here.
Understood. So be it. If Giatta is willing to return, then I will allow it. Of course, the final decision is hers, and hers alone. Now, I'm sure you have other matters to attend to in the Living Lands, but let me know if you need anything else.
I found your father. His body's in a cave by Riverside Grotto.
You what? It's been so long since I gave up hope. In his final days, he was fond of going out into the wilderness, and increasingly less fond of returning. Mother seemed to understand, but I never did.
He stayed the Living Lands for you, and trusted you to rule this place.
That was father. When he looked at you, he saw your potential, everything you could be, and none of the flaws. Maybe I'll visit him one day, when I find my courage. At least now I can. You could have left me wondering, but you didn't. Thank you, Godlike. From the bottom of my heart.
Ignacy, I'm sorry. Are you going to be all right?
I'll be fine, Giatta. You don't have to worry about me.
I'm not, but, you know, force of habit.
You two need a moment.
That won't be necessary. Thank you again.
Farewell for now.
I still can't believe the adherents would be so brazen. What can I do for you?
Nothing. Alright, another point into resolve. Though, Constitution is not a terrible idea. So we're on level 14, so I guess Shield Bash 2. Increases stun dealt by Shield Bash. Let's go talk to Giada and Marius.
Envoy, it's clear that no matter what happened, these people couldn't stay in Fior. Just not sure you did the right thing. These people won't survive long in a place like Thirdborn.
What makes you say that?
Thirdborn is a rough town. They literally do their business inside the skeleton of a Leviathan. If you thought Paradise's docks were rough, just wait. Plus, they have a nogfish curry that will peel your tongue. Right, changing the subject.
I think I've earned a little more information about your past.
Fine. You've been patient enough, I suppose. Right. Solace isn't an easy place to live. The food is stale and meager. The water tastes like steel and old meat. Everyone knows everyone else. No privacy, no silence, no time to yourself.
So you left Solace for privacy?
I'm a wilderness expert. I can get privacy whenever I want it. Solace is a walled keep in the harshest region of the lands. Isolated is an understatement. Honestly, all of that was fine. But there was a peculiar kind of silence I didn't love.
They were keeping secrets.
Huh. You should be a sharpshooter. You keep hitting the target. I have only the faintest memories of my parents, which was fine. I had friends and mentors and trainers and elders. When I asked about my real parents, though, they just told me I was safe now, and that the Wardens were my family. I never knew if my parents were alive or dead. I like to assume that they had died fighting some giant monster in the tusks, but no one would say. When I asked for more, they changed the subject, like I wasn't worthy of a backstory.
So you don't know where you're from?
I'm from Solace, for whatever that's worth. My oldest memories are of Solace. My oldest friend is from there.
But you're missing out on family.
Maybe, maybe not. I've learned to stop worrying about it. Until next time.
I've been meaning to tell you something. Sending my people to Thirdborn. It's a good arrangement. They get a roof over their heads. The city gets animancers, and everyone gets along. For once.
Is that uncommon?
The free settlements have enough cultural and ideological differences that we don't always see eye to eye. But when it comes to survival, there is no disagreement. We're in this together. Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. And yet you were here when others would have looked away. Despite everything that happened, it means a lot.
Your people deserve better. I hope they get a break.
We all deserve better. But fate decided otherwise. Well, onward to better things. If you need anything, you know where to find me. If I must.
Oh, Marius supposed to talk again. Let's talk to Marius again.
Envoy? Gods, I can't believe what's happening around here. Fior was attacked when we weren't looking. It's a miracle it's still there.
I'm sure Ludwig will try again.
Then we have to find her and stop her before she gets a chance. Simple as that. You know, she's hard to track for a giant of a woman in heavy armor, hauling an army around. But we'll get her. Don't worry about that. Right. Changing the subject? If I must.
Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so back up this way, and then we will shoot straight across here. Alright, let's look for enemies across the river because we've had zero action this entire episode.
Right behind you.
Bad, envoy.
Chew it. Spit it out. Chew it out. Knives and shit.
Fear in the eye.
Devour. You tear in our bones. Glory in the brush.
Who's next? Anyone?
Alright, so we got Adelaro's badge. Badge I came from a Dream Thrall Ranger in Emerald Stair. Whoever bestowed it on him, or fought with him, will want to know his fate. Adalara's scrawlings. Run away with me, Belena. Fior will never understand us. They build walls around the forest. They tell us what we can dream. We'll find the tree together. We'll eat the flowers. We'll drink the rain. We'll run. The world belongs to us. That's weird. Well, that makes out of it. Alright, let's go grab this plant. That essence.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, hey. We made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, well I'm gonna call it here. Next time I'll probably go turn in that quest first thing and then continue exploring this side of the map. But for now, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.